I'm Andrew Ross Sorkin of DealBook at the New York Times, here with my colleague Joe Nocera. Great to be with you.
Nice to be here, Andy.
We've been having a little bit of a debate over the foreclosure scandal and the role of the banks in it. I've taken the position that the scandal may be a little bit overblown. You've taken the position, I think, that it's actually not overblown at all, correct?
I totally don't think it's overblown. I think that the banks are calling this, quote, a technicality, when it actually has to do with due process and the law, which are only two of the most sacrosanct things in American democracy.
And hold on, though. You don't believe it's a technicality? Do you think that the people who are in their homes deserve to be in their homes? Now, I'm on the losing end of this fight just by default.
That's a completely different question. That's a completely different question. But if the person next to me doesn't deserve to be in their home, does that mean that I, the next door neighbor, can go kick them out?
No.
The person who kicks them out has to have the legal right to kick them out.
Okay, but let me take it one step further, which is, if you think about this in a more macro sense, if you don't allow these foreclosures to continue, and we've only found a couple of examples where people have been foreclosed upon improperly, correct?
That's right.
You're with me.
That's right.
And these are great anecdotes. They make great stories. But on the whole, we're not seeing that, right?
Well, what we're not seeing is many cases where somebody who actually has paid off a mortgage is getting thrown out of a house. What we are seeing lots of examples.
Delinquent payers are getting, Delinquent payers are getting thrown out of their homes.
That's right. By whom? By the person who has the right to do it, or by somebody who doesn't have the right to do it? And what's more, once again, the banks have completely overthrown the idea that they put millions and millions and millions of people into homes knowing that they couldn't afford them. Now they're taking these same people and trying to throw them out. There's no effort, no thought, nothing given to the idea of creating a loss mitigation effort to try and keep people in a house and take a small hit.
So that's what this is all about. This is about loss mitigation, because a lot of people have used this argument about the title, who owns the title. Which, and by the way, I agree with you from a legal perspective that it is reprehensible that the banks are not actually doing their due diligence and actually doing everything they should, these robo-signers. I agree with you on that front. But where I get a little frustrated is that I think that there's another community, including yourself, that are taking this issue and blowing it into a larger issue about trying to keep these people in their homes.
Okay. Here's where you're going to run into trouble.
Bring it.
The state attorney general who are bringing suit and are investigating this is exactly their strategy. They're going to use the mistakes that the banks made and the illegalities that the banks committed in an effort to force the banks to create a widespread loss mitigation program.
And
guess what? The banks deserve it.
And what's going to happen to the economy because of it?
The notion, this is where we disagree the most. Your argument and the bank's argument is that the economy won't improve until we have wiped out all the people who are behind on their homes, get them out of there and start reselling their homes, even if it's at a loss.
Right. And your argument, if I understand it, is that actually leaving them in the homes may actually be better for the economy because you won't have as many foreclosures and depress the prices around it.
And for another reason, this foreclosure thing isn't going to be over in 6 months. I mean, if you're foreclosing for the next 2, 3, 4 years, tell me again how that's going to rev up the economy. I'm not seeing it.
I don't think we're ever going to agree on this one, but I thank you for the conversation.
It was my pleasure.
I'm Andrew Ross Sorkin. My colleague Joe Nocera, thank you so much on behalf of DealBook.